My name is GOCSEM. I am currently a Ph.D. student studying music education and ethnomusicology at the University of Washington at Seattle. I grew up in China. I was born in Wuhan, a city that's relatively well known now. When I was 9 years old, my family moved to Shenzhen, a city next to Hong Kong. Well, Hong Kong, it's international big metropolitan city at that time, and Shenzhen being next to it, and as a very young city, we had lots of influence in terms of the world's cultural diversity, in terms of being open-minded to always learn new things. And we had a very free environment when I was growing up. Maybe in today's term, really wasted a lot of time in random things, which I think is very necessary for the growth of any child. I learned how to play Chinese flute solely because I knew I was going abroad to study and I want to bring an instrument that's easy to carry and that's a Chinese traditional instrument, so I chose Chinese flute and I absolutely love it. For all the years in my undergrad time and my graduate degree, I was in a Chinese traditional music ensemble in the University of UCLA and Stanford. It gave me a deeper attachment to Chinese traditional music. I studied applied math in UCLA. It was tough, but I thought, math is useful in any kind of field, so I should stay with it and just get a degree. I thought about changing my major to music many times, but I wasn't brave enough. And I have to say that my experience in composition and music theory and all this knowledge gave me little confidence in applying for music degree. Although I love to sing, I was classically trained as a pianist for many years, since I was 5 years old. I had lots of fear. So I stick with my math degree and went to Stanford University for my master degree in management, engineering, and science. I started to think about what I should do. And I thought, if I'm so unhappy with what's going on in the music scene, then I should be the one to change it. So that's why I chose to study music education. And that actually started a new chapter of my life, which I never planned before. When I came to Seattle in 2019, after half a year, COVID-19 hit. The pandemic makes everything shut down. I was at home by myself, taking lessons online and writing papers, reading articles, practicing my instrument. Well, I was all by myself at my home. But the COVID-19 also pushed people to imagine other ways to take music lessons other than person-to-person, face-to-face interaction. I actually took music lessons with artists all around the world. One of the concerts I participated was with my Japanese shakuhachi teacher, Genso Kai, online, and we had people from Brazil, from Japan, from United States, from Europe, Amsterdam, all playing in the same Zoom concert and presenting each other's progress. That was really amazing. Right now the pandemic is over, but I find it so helpful for me and so convenient. Of course, there are huge limitations in our technologies. Every class we have technical glitch. Wi-Fi is not working, and your picture is not moving, and I can't see your fingerings. It's blurry. All these things we have to face for the convenience that we received through online lessons. When I came to the University of Washington, I was all open. I love Inner Mongolian music. Maybe I can do something about that. I love Japanese music. Maybe I can do something about that. And I had all these kinds of ideas. I went to SEM, I was listening to all kinds of sessions. But most of all, what attracted my ear was when I listened to our visiting artist Paco Diaz from Spain. At the time, his concert, he writes Sephardic. I asked, what's Sephardic? And then I got to know that, so they are a part of the Jewish people. And there is actually a large community here in Seattle of the Sephardic Jews. So out of my interest in Paco Diaz music, I started to learn how to sing Sephardic songs with him online, because after his residency he went back to Spain and we had all these lessons online. And he introduced me to the online gatherings, which I got to know people from Argentina, people from Israel, people from Turkey, people from other parts of the United States, all in the Zoom gathering of Sephardic Jewish concerts. I will see those audience mute themselves but smiling and clapping along and humming along. I felt, wow, this is amazing. Although I have to say that after the concert, the disconnect from the internet platform is a huge contrast. Suddenly, it's all quiet. It's all lonely again. And that part, I don't like. I took a summer class with Professor David Punis, also online, studying Ladino. And this online aspects, it opened up not only my vision, but also the daily activities for Sephardic Jewish communities around the world. So from the Zoom concerts, I thought I want to visit them in person. I visited Spain and Portugal. I visited Israel and Turkey.
Nos frecuentaremos. Si no te quieres desposar, nos frecuentaremos.
I visited people there. I made interview. We had lots of conversations, and I really got to know the communities. Back to Seattle, I feel even more connected to the communities because of my experience in visiting these places. Right now the pandemic is over, but we still have these online gatherings because people had really started to realize how important it is to exchange internationally and know what other Sephardic communities are doing and how do we preserve this endangered culture and language altogether. Sephardic Jewish music is highly diverse. I cannot possibly describe in a single word, nor a single genre. I cannot play it with only one kind of instrument or one kind of music style. Rather, it's the memory that's associated with the path of migration of the Sephardic Jewish diaspora. I am discovering the whole world with my journey in Sephardic music. There is a very famous song called La Rosa Enflorece. I learned this song with Paco Diaz. Paco played it on guitar. I don't play it on guitar, so what I did was I made an arrangement on piano. And then I was thinking, this song is not really in Western classical music range, and maybe we should not play it on piano because the Sephardic Jews don't have piano when they were living in the Ottoman Empire for hundreds of years, nor did they have piano when they were in Iberian Peninsula. So piano seems to be an instrument out of context. Therefore, I started to learn other instruments. I thought maybe I can accompany myself on the lever harp. Afterwards, I had some new thoughts. I thought, so the Sephardic Jews were really traveling around the world without carrying much of their belongings, not to even mention music instruments. So during my visit to Israel, Turkey, and Spain, I discovered that they usually sing with voice only, maybe accompanied by pandero, the frame drum. So I thought, wow, I can accompany myself on the song on a frame drum, and that sounds closer to what I hear in ethnomusicology archival recording. I know that the Sephardic Jews had mainly resided in the Ottoman Empire for the past few centuries, so the Turkish style was actually the predominant style that the Sephardic Jews played in the 20th century. So I thought maybe I can learn a Turkish instrument to play it in the Turkish style. So I learned qanun. So these few clips demonstrate how diverse a song from Sephardic Jewish music can sound like, and none of these are the correct answer or the authentic version. They are played by different people from different family heritage, living in different countries, in records of different time period. Coming up this summer, I'm going to Greece to study music with a master in Ottoman music and makam theories. I'm really excited to gain more knowledge on that aspect and try to perform as close as I can to the culture. I have to say, being a Chinese in many music scenes that I've been in, it is not so easy for me, not because my race or my appearance, but because of my musical background, of what kind of music I've been listening to when I was a child, and what kind of musical culture I was immersed in. I do need to spend a lot more time learning, a lot more effort in listening, and really try to grasp the nuance of the music, the accent in the language. Whenever people ask me, how do you come to our culture? Why do you perform our music? I always say, why not? Because I am very curious and I love music and I love the music from your culture. So here I am.